friend sent me a response to the video we did on cheaters and why women cheat the most, but she also wanted to know, well, why men cheat.
Okay. Again, it seemed like to me when I looked at the question is that why I like the video, but why do men go outside of the marriage? And I just think that that's kind of strange because men go outside the marriage the same reason why women go outside the marriage, you know. But people may think that I'm protecting men, but I say men cheat the way that they do because they've been conditioned to do it. They've been conditioned to lie rather than to tell the truth. And the reason why I say that is because, well, I'm growing up, I see what happens with my aunts, my grandmothers, my sisters, right? And so the way that they respond to men when they find out they're cheating tells a younger generation of young men that are seeing that they cannot tell the truth. They have to. They now they're afraid because of what's going to happen to them. What happened to their grandfathers? What happened to their uncles? What happened to their father? So now they have been be seeing it. Now they're conditioned to tell the lie automatically, right? Because what is really the definition of a cheater? The definition of a cheater is a liar. You're lying. You see what I'm saying? So, but which is strange to me. It's jacked up because statistically and scientifically, the world knows that there's always more women born than there are men being born. The stats are 7-1 on a daily basis, but it doubles every day. Every year it doubles and triples. But men are yet still dwindling in numbers. Wars, economic oppression, prison, county jails, city jails, so on and so on. So our numbers as men are steadily declining, which means that now that there's going to even be more access to women because of this right here. You think about it, we have more men locked up in prisons, in county jails, in city jails today than some countries have people. We're in the millions of our men being locked up. So quite naturally, with all these women running around, right, the men are going to have more access to those women, right? And when we are browbeaten and downtrodden about doing what is natural in our own natural inklings anyway, it's in our nature. It was given to us by our mothers, right? To be what we are. Even the scriptures, even all the holy writings even speak of this. But yet we have all these women who claim to be spiritual and godly that don't even understand this. So you have scared the God out of us. So we got to become liars, But if you have all these women and a few men, do you think it's righteous for you to be the only one that man ever engaged? And now you wonder why homosexuality and lesbianism is perpetuating itself on the planet. You're one of the reasons why those things are being perpetuated on the planet. Because you refuse to be obedient to the will of God. Or what some people may say Allah. Some people may say Christian, or whatever it is that you believe. There is no way in the world that you can tell me that you are a spiritual person and you know the stats, male versus female on this planet, and then you hate your women so bad, your own species, you hate them so bad that you don't want to see them with nothing. You want to have it all. Okay?
So back to the answer, and then a solution for why you think what my friend wants to know.
Well, the men, like the reason why the man go outside the marriage is because it is in his nature. It's in his nature to hunt. We were hunters. However, one of the greatest hunters is the female lion, the female. She's one of the greatest hunters on the planet. But it's in our nature for the man to dominate and to hunt and to subdue, right? So as it is said, in the scriptures, that we are to submit our wives. Now I ain't say that means black her eye and hit her and punch her and all that other stuff like that, but submit her, okay? Which means that you cannot be going around and being a soft boy. We may do it to keep down confusion, or to keep the woman from being so violent, reacting so violent to how we're acting. But yes, men have been demonized as the monsters for many, many years, decades even, that we are the cheaters, and now the women are making excuses. They doing it now because men been doing it so long. Women been doing it from the beginning. From the very beginning, you've been doing it. See, what was it that Adam didn't have that the serpent had? As it was said that the serpent spoke to this person, this woman at the time, and said, "Did God say that you shall surely die if you eat the fruit?" And she said, "Yeah, God said we shall surely die." And he said, "No, you shall not surely die. For God knows the day that you do it. Your eyes will be open, and you will be as them, as one of the gods." Now, so I don't want to say what on camera what it is that the serpent had that Adam didn't have. It damn sure wasn't excuse my language, it wasn't an apple or orange that Eve ate. She ate the banana.
So now we're gonna
Okay.
wait. You don't start. Okay?
but yes, men have been cheating for a long time, just as women have been cheating a long time. But our mothers, our sisters, our grandmothers had turned the men into liars, because that's what a cheater is a liar.
So there is no solution then.
There is a solution. It's called, you have to become spiritual. You got to have a governor upstairs. As I said, a man who lays with a woman, right? Especially if she's married to some other man or espoused to some man, if you lay with her, you don't have no governor upstairs. You see what I'm saying? So he's not a spiritual person. And most women get with men that are not even spiritual. Or should I say, God-fearing. Or under submission of God, under submission of Allah. Whatever it is that you want to say.
So I'm trying to sum it up as to why we're specifically talking about men right now. Why men cheat. And in summary, he says that if they're truthful, then they'll be penalized for that. So
yes.
And then it is their nature.
Sometimes daddy ain't taught them nothing either.
There is, I guess, no real solution to this cheating problem then.
It started, listen, most of the time these guys, fathers are not around. Their father haven't taught them anything, right? Or their father is in the streets because his father was in the streets, because his father was in the streets. You see what I'm saying? So it's a vicious cycle, right? And normally when you have a man that will actually tell a woman, and women say a whole lot of things of what they won't do, but when a man actually tells a woman exactly who he is, she'll do two things. She'll either get away from him or she's going to be attracted to him. Now, lastly, you're going to find out that she's dishonest too. Even if you tell her who you is, and you tell her that you got a wife or a girlfriend, she's going to say, oh, that's fine and stuff like that. But guess what? She'll never talk to that wife. She'll never talk to that girlfriend, because ultimately she's number one in her own mind, and she's going to take you away from her anyway, which is a person that's dishonest. So she's a cheater too.